Xiaomi, a Chinese brand once synonymous with affordable smartphones, is now going to make an even bigger splash with its first ever electric car. Unveiled at a Beijing event a month ago, the Xiaomi SU7, pronounced Suqi in Chinese, is a sedan based on the company's very own Modena Architecture with HyperEngine electric motors of up to 21,000 RPM, as well as chassis stamped by its die-casting machines with a clamping force of 9,100 tons, beating that of Tesla's apparently. The line will come in two flavors, the dual-motor all-wheel drive SU7 Max and the single-motor rear-wheel drive SU7. Alongside, Apple is now working on releasing its electric vehicle with driver assistance features similar to the functions offered by Tesla vehicles. And in this wave of mobile phone manufacturers breaking into automotive industry, it's worth remembering one of them who has been brewing in this niche for a very long time. As you probably already guessed from the title of this video, we are talking about Samsung. But what did the first Samsung car look like? Be prepared to be surprised. It looked like this. And the reason for this is simple. This is a car released in 1998. However, more than that, the development of this car began back in 1995. It was at the moment when Samsung Motors was founded, with help from Nissan. However, the Asian crisis of 1998 had a different point of view, and in 2000, due to huge problems with financing, 80% of the shares of Samsung Motors were bought by the French company Renault, which owns them to this day. So in our comparison, we will touch on different eras and different approaches. What's more important, 100 years of experience in creating Renault cars, which use Samsung, or a complete independent production and innovative approach? As a comparison with a Xiaomi newborn, let's take the Samsung SM6, the same mid-size E-Class sedan. And starting with the dynamics, the SU7 Max leaves no chance for its Korean rival, with a stunning 0 to 60 in 2.78 seconds versus 7.4 seconds for Samsung. This stunning acceleration is due to a simple fact. Xiaomi is an electric car which uses engines with a total power of 673 horsepower and all-wheel drive, while the Samsung has only 225 horsepower and, most importantly, front-wheel drive. Why is this so important? The fact is that when starting, the car always tilts back, transferring the entire load to the rear axle, while the front one, on the contrary, rises, which is why rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive cars are much faster than front-wheel drive in 0 to 100 measurements. So in terms of dynamics, Xiaomi wins. Let's move on to the interior. Here, Xiaomi and Samsung demonstrate two radically different approaches. Although the interior of the SU7 is not as radical as, for example, the new Tesla Model 3, that is, it has physical switches for selecting gears, turn signals, and headlights, and even a dashboard with a speedometer. However, most of the interior is still occupied by a 16.1-inch 3K central screen, through which it performs the functions of climate control, seat position, and autopilot. Samsung, on the other hand, demonstrates a much more conservative approach, using a design somewhere in the middle between a Range Rover and a Volvo. The built-in display is much smaller. Separate knobs are used to adjust the temperature, and gear shifting on the 8-speed gearbox is proceeding by an old-fashioned lever. A very restrained approach, although it has its audience and advantages for sure. After all, the Toyota 4Runner is still very popular in many countries for some reason. But in some ways, the choice is clear. We have already seen a lot of Chinese cars, BYD, Zeekr, Haval, and all of them, despite the beautiful picture on the screen and from the outside, had a bigger problem: the poor quality of the interior and its materials. Peeling leatherette, creaking plastic, rubbing varnish. We can confidently not expect a change in this trend from a Xiaomi car, especially considering the price of 50 grand for the top version, which is quite cheap for an electric car. Samsung, on the contrary, pleases with high-quality leather seats, durability, solidity, and quality of materials. The back row also boasts a comfortable seating position, plenty of legroom, and heated seats, although the last one is also available in Xiaomi. Considering all this, in terms of interior, it would be fair to give the victory to Samsung. Leaving the issue of appearance up to your discretion, let's discuss the last topic already touched upon: price. As said previously, the price for Xiaomi SU7 starts from $40,000 for the rear-wheel drive version and $50,000 for the all-wheel drive. Even if you forget how quickly everything with the Xiaomi logo loses value in the secondary market, the Samsung SM6 $35,000 launch price still looks much more attractive. If you are worried about running costs, Samsung has an answer for this too, offering a version with a 1.4 gas propane engine. But the final decision is yours. Which one would you choose?